Hello everyone and welcome back to the Devlog for Real Communism, my city builder game. It's been a decently productive week. Before we hop into it, please subscribe to the channel if you'd like to keep up with the progress of this game, and if you like the video, don't be scared to let me know by hitting the like button down below. You can also help by wishlisting the game on Steam. YouTube still won't let me post any links just yet, so you'll have to search for it for now. But doing so is greatly appreciated. Now let's take a look at this past week's progress. If you thought I spent too much time on the truck a couple of weeks ago, buckle up. This week was heavily centered around the truck, the warehouse, and transferring products from one building to another. To start, I had to make the UI for the truck itself, as well as implement the functionality to allow the player to assign a worker to the truck. In addition, I had to make the truck have the ability to have an inventory so that it actually could carry products from one building to another. With the truck UI out of the way, the next step was creating a route. Routes will be the method that the player will use to tell trucks where and what to pick up and deliver. I started with the UI. On the truck UI, there is now a routes button that will create a UI that lists all of the routes assigned to that truck. On that UI, there is a button that can be used to create a route. Upon clicking that button, the player can select the building from which to pick up, then a product to pick up, and then a building to which to deliver. The truck will then move to the pickup location, transfer all of that product to the truck's inventory, go to the delivery location, and transfer all of that product from the truck's inventory to the inventory of the delivery location. There are some other factors that will need to be taken into account. For example, if there's a truck that is assigned to deliver wheat to two different delivery locations, the game will need to know how much should go to each location. Or perhaps you want two different delivery trucks to handle the delivery of the wheat to two different locations. The game will need to know how much should be picked up from the pickup location. It's definitely not a finished system, but it's a basic one that allows me to get some of the more core mechanics of the game finished, like finished food production. After all that was finished, I needed a little bit of a break, so the little one and I played a bit of one of the most successful indie games of all time, Stardew Valley.
The ghost! Have you?
The next day I started working on the mill's production. Now that we can deliver products to the mill can start making products itself. Right now, we can grow either corn or wheat. Each of these crops can be milled into flour and cornmeal. So naturally, that's where I started with the mill. After making the UI and the functionality to assign workers to the mill, I made the functionality for the production of flour. The mill will now consume 1 unit of wheat to create 1 unit of flour. I arbitrarily set the time to do so as 1 in-game day. Now that the mill can make flour, we're one step closer to an item that can actually be consumed by the citizens. We just need one more building, the bakery. I started by making the bakery model in Blender and importing it into Unreal Engine. I had some issues with the translucent color in the window. It took me a little bit of time to figure out, but if you are interested, apparently nanite in Unreal Engine can cause some issues with light passing through translucent materials. Turning off nanite fixed the issue for me. Anyway, the bakery can now use flour to make yeast and then use yeast and flour to make bread. This week wasn't the worst week I've had. It was pretty productive. I was able to knock out the basics of what will ultimately be a pretty complicated system in the routes. And now we can make bread, a staple of any communist regime. I guess the food system is complete now. Please check out the Steam page and wishlist the game if you're interested. It's really the best way you can help me out. It keeps me motivated and lets me know that people are actually interested in the product that I'm producing. If you want to keep up with the development progress of the game, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want smaller, more frequent updates, you can follow me on X/Twitter at Hayden Marlowe _ or on TikTok at Marlowe Development. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.